Hey y'all, happy Sunday. Cheers. Poblanos. Probably my favorite pepper to eat. I love these things. There ain't much heat in them. There's a ton of flavor in them though. I use them in stews, roast. I do a pork roast, a chuck roast. I always throw something in there. And my poblanos, I always fire a roast before I cook them, before I use them. And I got an idea for a recipe today, so I'm going to show you how I fire roast mine, and we'll come back with a recipe in a few minutes. So let me show you how to do this. Take these over to the stove.
I gotta have a picture.
Okay, so I got these rinsed off a little bit and dried off. Got my burner on high. I'm just going to set there right there. And we'll have to flip these occasionally, but we want to get the skin blistered and black. And then we'll put them in a bowl with a lid, let them steam, and then rinse them underwater. They're real easy to clean. This takes a few minutes. You can do this out on the grill if you want. If you got hot wood or charcoal out there. But I was going to do it outside today, but it's a bit windy, so I didn't want to feel like firing up the grill in the wind. So this way I normally do it though. And like I say, it takes a couple of minutes for them to get charred. But that's what you're looking at. That's a start. So, let me get these done and I'll show you what they look like, and we'll do the other two. Okay, I went on ahead and fired up the other burner. I'm going to do these at the same time. You can see there's a little char on there. And you'll just keep flipping these over and over, moving them around. You pretty much want as much of the skin blistered and charred as you can get. So we'll do this till they're all done, and then we'll show you what we do next. Okay, you can see I've got these pretty much charred up. So now what you want to do is just take them off the burner, put them in a bowl. You can also bake these in the oven at 400 or 500 degrees on a dry cookie sheet. It'll work just about the same. Now we'll just cover the bowl, and we'll just let these set for 20 minutes or so. Then we'll come back, we'll rinse them off, clean them out, we'll be good to go. So let me get set up and we'll show you the next step of today's cook. Okay, this is what we're going to do with these poblanos. I got about 1.5 pounds of ground meat here. It's 85/15, so there's not a lot of fat in it. So I'm going to need just a little bit of olive oil. We're going to put some pepper in there, black pepper, a little midnight espresso, some oregano. And I'm out of my hot smoked paprika, so I'm going to use some of the sweet. And we'll have some crushed red pepper, some chili powder, some cumin, 4 cloves of garlic, some of this seasoning blend, just a little bit of enchilada sauce. I'm not going to use a lot, but I'm going to use a little bit. And then we're going to finish it all off at the end with this queso fresco cheese.
What's this for?
We're going to put that in the poblano with the meat stuff.
Well, you didn't say that.
Oh, well, anyways, you'll see as I do it. Remember, there's no rhyme or reason the way Keith does things. So let me get the oil in my skillet, get it hot, get this meat and veggies in there, and we'll be back in a few. Okay, we got our meat in there. I put about a teaspoon, maybe 2 teaspoons of olive oil in there. We don't need a lot, I don't think. Now I'm going to put some of this frozen seasoning blend in. And I'm going to go with maybe half that bag.
That bag.
I don't know. 10 ounces.
So about
That's probably 4 or 5 ounces. And then we're going to season this up. And since it ain't the hot smoked pepper, it's a sweet, so I can use that much. About a good helping teaspoon.
Good helping?
Helping.
Eating.
Oh, okay. And I'll tell you, this paprika, y'all know I use the hot all the time. There, get it on the English side. But this brand, it's got such amazing flavor. But Terry don't like the hot because it's really hot. And we'll put some oreganos in there. Because if it's Italian or Mexican style cooking, it's got to have some oreganos.
Okay.
Does in my house. And put a little crushed red pepper in there. And I forgot to mention earlier, I'm going to use some fire roasted rotel. And just because I got it, I'm going to put some midnight espresso in there. I think that coffee flavor might add a little bit of flavor to this. And our cumin, and y'all know me, I love cumin, so we'll put a good half a bushel in there.
Half a bushel.
That'd be enough for now. And some chili powder.
Chili.
And, let's do this way. That'd be enough. Now we'll let this cook down, and then if there's a... Oh, I got to put my garlics in there yet. We'll let this cook down, and if there's too much grease in there, then I'll drain it out. But I'll let this cook for 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'll add the garlic into it. And then we'll go from there. So, be back in a few. Okay, got this to this point. I'm going to add some black pepper. Use as much as you want. And I'm going to put my garlics in now. And I got this over probably a medium-low heat. I want to sweat them veggies down a little bit. And I don't want to get
You better
this...
turn it down because it's on a medium-low.
Well, it's not cooking real fast.
Well,
so.
you got it on 5, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, well, okay. So, anyways, I'll turn this down. I don't want to get this super crispy or nothing. I just want it to cook down. So, we'll be back, I don't know, 5, 7, 8 minutes, something. I don't know. We'll see. Be back in a few. Okay, there's not a lot of grease in here, so I'm not going to worry about draining it off. And you notice I haven't added any salt. I think I'm going to have plenty of salt with the cheese. And everything else I put in there, like the rotel I'm putting in now. And this is fire roasted rotel. I really like the fire roasted stuff. And we're going to put that in there. And just from the smell, before I put the rotel in, just from the meat and the veggies and shit, I can smell everything. I don't need to taste it. I know it's going to be just right. So we're going to put that in there. I'm not going to add any more spices to it. And we're going to let this cook down, cook them tomatoes down for, I don't know, 15 minutes or so. Then I'm going to start cleaning my peppers here in just a minute. So we'll be back in a few. Okay, peppers in here. Man, they're still warm. So they're easy to clean. You just run you some cold water over them and peel all that black stuff off. And do that.
Why don't you turn the water more fast?
Because I don't want it on any faster.
Just asking.
You don't need it on full blast. You know, you just get all this black stuff off. And then, you gotta come in. I like to take the seeds out of my poblanos. And so normally you can just pull this off, the stem. You need a knife sometimes. I don't know. We'll get all them seeds out of there. Get that membrane off. It's kind of funky to eat. Now these are soft now after you steam them and roast them like that. So you can split them open and stuff real easy. Just try to be as gentle as you can with them. And so that's how you clean a poblano. At least that's how I do it in Indiana. So let me get the rest of these done and I'll show you what we do next. Okay, I turned this fire up a couple of minutes ago just to reduce some of the liquid that was in there. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to turn this off and let it set for about 10 or 12 minutes. Just because when I roll the peppers, I really don't feel like burning my fingers. And plus it'll give time for them flavors to come together a little bit. And then I got my peppers cleaned. Got these cleaned and dried off with a paper towel. That's what they look like. And somehow we're going to stuff these with that stuff and some cheese. So, we'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, I'm going to start with just a little bit of enchilada sauce just in the bottom of this pan. Or baking dish, whatever you want to call it. I don't need a lot. I just want to cover the bottom of it. And the rest of this sauce I'll use tomorrow in another recipe I got in mind. And see what we got here. Spread that around a bit. And I think that'll be good enough. I'm not sure how this is going to work rolling these up, but we'll find out. So, we'll lay a pepper in here.
Oh, wait.
On one side like that. And put some cheese down in there. I don't want to get messy, but that's okay.
I don't know why you're doing it in the pan.
I just am. You know me.
Is your ding dong?
And then we're going to put some of this filling in here. What I want to try to do is just fold this over. Kind of like that. And yeah, some of that'll cook out, but you can eat that with a spoon later. So, let me get the rest of these done and I'll show you what I do next. Okay, that's what I ended up with. I ended up just folding them over and we'll let it go like that. And I'm going to put just about a tablespoon of sauce on top of each one. Not even quite a tablespoon. I just want a little bit on top. And I got my oven preheated at 350. And cover this with cheese. And we're going to let these cook probably about 20 minutes. And we'll see what happens. So, 350-degree oven, 20 minutes, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Okay, I just pulled this out of the oven. That's what it looks like. And I'm going to take some of this queso fresco cheese and just crumble over the top of it. And then we'll let this sit and cool down enough where we can eat it. Maybe about 10 minutes. And then we'll plate it up and come back and give you a taste test and let you know what we think. Smells awful friggin' good though. And Terry tried the filling a while ago.
Looks good.
She said she needed a tortilla, and I said no, I'm saving that for something else, so get out of it.
Damn it.
So
Put them over here.
Huh?
Put them over there. You keep putting them in one spot.
Well, maybe that's the one I want to eat.
Well.
Oh. And that's what we got here. So we'll be back in 10 minutes or so. Plate this up and let you know what we think. So, be back in a few. Okay, that's what I ended up with. If it ain't too hot, I'm going to give it a try.
Got some heat on the backside.
Well, I got the real tail in there. Still a little bite to the peppers. They're not fully mushy or nothing like that. I'm liking this. Yep. So I did what I wanted to do. And it worked. Yummy.
Must be liking it because he won't shut up, quit eating, and
So, get you some poblanos, cook them up, make you something. I love poblanos, they're like my favorite pepper. Man, they're good. So, I'm gonna go eat and drink some beer. Y'all do what you do on a Super Bowl Sunday. No football here. We got food to cook. See ya.